In this video, I just want to talk about procrastination and the ability to get out of that zone of feeling that your work isn't that interesting. So, what I have here is just a blank page, nothing really going on with it. And the first thing I'm going to do is just fill the page with grey. Right, grey because it just helps to see highlights a bit better. So, we can make one colour white and one colour black. And if you press X, you can switch between these quite quickly inside Photoshop, and just makes it easier for coming up with an idea. Most people, when they make the first character, they're just fairly kind of uninteresting and nothing to inspire them, and they're trying to get something interesting from their head, but there's very little in there to begin with. So you look at reference, you find inspiration, you've got maybe a brief to follow, and you start making some interesting things. And you might be one of those people that want your design to be original so much that it becomes harder to come up with something original if you don't have anything to go by apart from what's in your head. Right? We can use that approach at least to begin with, and look at reference later to refine it and realign it to what we want. But when you're making a character, just explore ideas. Just think about things that you might want, things that could happen, what kind of things they could be wearing, and deciding if it's a male character or female character. This one is obviously very ambiguous of what it is. Like, there's no real definition and there's no real pose or anything like that to inspire you. But you can just start adding things. Think, what kind of weapon would they hold? Um, do they also have a pistol? Do they have a weapon that's unknown? Is there a weapon built into the arm? Just explore ideas like that. You can always just pick the grey background colour and just sketch over it. And as you go, you can just refine. Don't get too precious about that first idea you had. It's not the only idea that you can have. If you're already using what's inside your head, you must really value that and think, well, if I'm too stubborn to use reference, it's because I must have a brain full of good ideas. So try to make the most of that. If you're one of those people that don't want to copy things that exist, you want to make your own original idea, then you have to explore, right? That's what exploratory practice essentially is. It could be research, but it could also be searching, right, for an idea. And you can see, I can just pick background color, erase what I've made, and I'm just using Alt and click to pick this grey color and erase stuff I'm not caring about this stage. This is the first 5 minutes of thinking about something. Right, but eventually I might have something that is kind of cool and interesting. I quite like different hairstyles. I can try different things. I can always add a new layer and just pick the background color like this and try an interesting hat. You can see just toggling that layer already gives me a completely different idea about this character. It makes me think differently about it. It doesn't take long to make a sketch. What takes long is you finalizing your idea once you have it. But this should be fun. It's not very taxing on anything. And this also looks good when you present stuff that you've explored more than one idea and considered some things. So it's not taking me long to come up with just a very rough sketch. Later, when it comes to refining it, then you look at maybe references of really the kind of shoes that you're trying to make. If these boots don't work, do a new layer and try something different. Maybe your character doesn't have feet and they're on some kind of mechanical things. Mechanical supports or prosthetics. You can always change your mind about different things. And when you present them all together in different images, you can make a choice about what you like. So I've just turned this character into a ninja just by changing the profile of the head and adding this mask. And all I'm doing is just using grey and black. Right, this can be considered to be like a design process. And once you have something that you like, you can go ahead and try and sculpt it. When you're sculpting stuff, it might start as a low poly type of beginning and later grow into a high poly version. And already you have the starting process for building your low and high poly versions of everything to refine and turn into a final piece. If you're struggling on how to make something or what to make, just look at inspiration, have a look at Pinterest, and gather some ideas. You see, just by making the head very small here, everything starts to look different, and we can decide that the head is down here and it's a completely different type of character. It might even be partially metallic. Like this could be a deep sea diver helmet, like an old school diving helmet. And if you feel that something doesn't work with the design, you can always erase it. It's also a good idea to record your process because you might have made something that you didn't keep. So I always recommend just like getting OBS, like I have here. Just record your process because you can always take a screenshot of some part of the video and recreate that particular moment or that particular phase of your design. You can see just by erasing this arm here, I can reshape the arm to be doing something else. I can repose this. I can make some kind of weapon here. I can change the position of this arm quite easily, super fast, and it's very little work for me to do that. I can change the angle of the head simply by rotating it like that, making a more elliptical shape. And suddenly this is like a harpoon or something. And every idea that you come up with in a sketch form is just a suggestion that you could take further. So that's essentially the design process for making something. It doesn't have to be precious at any point in time. So if you want to keep something, just add a new layer and paint grey. And in this case, I'm just going to change the entire upper body because I already have it, right? So another way of recording your process is just keep layers. And I'm just going to make something super vague here, like it doesn't make sense. There's legs, but then this whole upper body is like some sort of broken tree. Right, creature from the unknown realm. And yeah, we can give it some eyes. And suddenly you have something very abstract. Right? This might not tie in with any particular game or brief, but it's still an interesting and unique character. Right, we do another layer and we could add leaves to this. If you don't know how leaves should be placed, I recommend just doing some studies of a tree or a plant. Nature's got a lot of solutions. Right. Obviously, this is a very silly looking idea. And then if we try to add arms to this, yeah, it kind of looks like a tree person. But we see we have to fix all the proportions in order to unify the design and feel more in line with what it's trying to be. Right, he has no weapon. Because in the weapon, I guess he's just going to hold a branch from himself, and oh, this is quite a nasty weapon, right? The branches coming out the back, and he's using a branch as a weapon as well. Let's try and make this more feminine, so let's just add another layer. Let's say we want to do a female character. Well, I'm going to make things more slimmer and a bit more rounded. Maybe think about a heel or something. Hair. Getting rid of all the jaggy edges to make it just a bit more feminine, I guess, and pushing the waist. Think about the thickness of the arms. Suddenly it's a female, and I think we need more information here. So the hair, we have some more information. Some kind of tribal thing going on, and yeah, we can go ahead and add some little things to make it feel more like a design. It doesn't hurt to try things. It doesn't hurt to show these in your process. Right, and by making things thinner, we can ultimately make the character look taller. Just making the brush smaller as I go on to refine details. And in this case, I'm just going to get rid of the face. You can see how far I've come from this design to this one. So this looks much more female because it's slimmer and things. And then it's just a case of taking more time to refine. So when you refine things, don't change things too dramatically, just make small changes. Clarify what you're trying to make. And the rest will just fall into place, and that's pretty much it. Hope this helps. Thanks for watching. Bye.